And with these two, the anomia and the animus, the man and woman's dreams may appear to be lofty and conceivable as they view their experience from their personal limited self. The animus often appears symbolically in a woman's dream as someone she knows, which would be an indication of the attitude she uses during her conscious personal life. The person she is with would have an outstanding attitude on the surface of what is being demonstrated, and the dream experience would be showing one what this attitude is. Sometimes it can be a relative, such as her father or brother, or anyone acquainted with them, which may indicate that they are trying to relay a message to the person about their illusionary assumptions being used, or possibly a warning of the misuse of wrong observations in particular instances. The personal self is usually always the last to know about anything of the real benefit, as it mainly likes to live with the lesser understanding, which are so easily manufactured from its shadowy arenas. All of this implies states of mainly unawareness and not real awareness. The social dream and drama which the humans of this planet have conjured up have taken control as they have in the past, and as history has proven many times over. In Book 4, The Adventures of Rebus Artaras, I lay out an exciting adventure of risk-taking unlike anything this world knows. My new books are part of the new presentation, The Greatest Humanitarian Venture Ever. Sometimes a simple dream can be taken for granted, as many times there are obvious but hidden things and meanings and happenings right in front of us. All of what we are experiencing here and on the many other levels and dimensions, it is for the sole purpose of each of us to waken up to the whole of life, and real guidance is definitely needed, as life is far too big for any of us to comprehend at first. And in the simplified fashion, it is not really that hard for anyone to invent a new business system here and then go about getting agreement. All one has to do is pick something that almost everyone is familiar with and accepts as a standard with our present lifestyle. Of course, none of what is invented will prevent a person beyond the span of their years here, except for those who provide an avenue to real freedom. The Kaloum God and all the authoritarian subordinates on the earth and the other planets want the present confusion and degeneration to continue to reign. As the sneaky rep systems do their business plans, they are creating confusion for themselves and others, along with huge karmic debts, because they are not following the natural realness of the is. Because of this, most people do not have time to pay attention to their real visions, but mainly work just to maintain what little sanity they have as they constantly try and adjust to the present lifestyles. So, for many who do not have the patience to listen to the real guides, it's better for them to seek professional help and pay the officials for their educated views. Sometimes it will be that a person learns to confront and discuss their personal issues and situations for a partial understanding. The real guides are always looking for those who have real courage and are willing to take on the new adventure of their lives, as opposed to most people who want an instant Band-Aid so that they can get back to their passing dream and continue their never-ending search for real truth. And so the principal law in the psychic realms is that of compensation, better known as the law of karma. Most people who search for real truth do not in any way recognize it when it comes face to face with them, because it is the whole of life and not the many little pieces. So to the humans who reside here permanently, they will continue to look to the skies for a sign of their Savior returning to correct all the distortion and misappropriation of any saintly and that has taken place here, or any sanity that has taken place here, which is in no way will really happen. As long as people believe it will, then the idea still exists. As long as you think it is, then the idea will exist. The actions and reactions of the psychic realms are what keeps a person's mind in the most appropriate balance. And so this is where the experiences in the other levels, that of a person's dream visions, help to compensate physical, emotional, and mentally psychological situations. The dream arena alleviates a lot of conscious suffering, of which the personal self is very rarely aware of. It is no different than a sea captain having to deal with the nature of the ocean that he's riding on and making constant adjustments with his ship to stay on course. We are the real awareness, and our personal self is the ship that we must learn to direct to the real and true reality. The psychic realms are not at all understood by the rep systems. No proclaim who the authority and the know-it-all positions over their onlookers. And so a great limitation has been set forth and agreed upon by those who serve their officials. This is a very reason why the masses will not accept real truth or even know how to relate to it, as their other 4 psychic bodies have been set up like a computer program to react and acknowledge only what has been implemented to them. The real guides have a great compassion for all humans on this planet, as they make a huge effort to get people's attention by something beneficial and real. The situation always exists as to who will provide real truth and real freedom, as opposed to just surrendering and serenading people's emotional bodies into a clients for agreement, mainly to that of contrived takeovers by the dark side. When Paul Twitchell brought forth his presentation, he was basically the only one who would do it. And so it is with me, as I have chosen to do so. I already know that there will not be the great numbers of people for what I am providing as there are the rep systems, because humans are not in love with their illusionary. Well, because humans are in love with their illusionary predicaments and medic phenomena, and not all interested in what is real and what is true. Comments? Tim? And it's just about time to wrap it up. So can you give us a few last words, my friend?
Sure, Lila. It was interesting how he was stating about the sea captain having to make constant adjustments. That's changes. Instead of staying the same, and that's what people seem to be stuck in their grooves of rituals and ceremonies, of how they're always chasing the next high and the next thrill. It's the same old stuff, instead of having an awareness about why we are here and accepting some real guidance and a real education to finally earn our way out of this psych realm experiences into the real universes where we have the real freedom and the real love, not just the emotional stuff that we experience here on Earth. So it's like the universal guides. They're putting out huge efforts for those that they know who are ready to have the opportunity again to become involved in the new presentation and the study of the new books that are being presented, so that we can share with others and earn our way out of these psych realms, and not to have to come back into these experiences of suffering and all the things that we don't want to have to go through anymore, unless we come back to do a job like Dwayne or something, to put up with these psych realms again, to help others escape this human farming prison planet that we're experiencing, with all the things that are going on with the fires and the pollution in so many ways of our earth and our air and our water and our food, and these modern technologies that are having effects on our minds. They're trying to mind control people, and with nanobots and things we have to come back into bodies that are in worse shape than ever, and actually being churned into robots that don't really seem like they have much of a chance to not be a robot for a long time, until the end of this psych realm stuff, to start all over again. So the words of real courage to accept this real guidance and real education to have it something that is the most important in a person's life, to have the opportunity to become involved in the new presentation, have the real purpose in life of why we came here. And thanks again, Lila, for your show, and Val, help. And it's just so important that we have this opportunity and not to take it for granted. So if anybody gets to listen to this, that the real guides guide them to hear what we're presenting by reading Dwayne's books and discussing them, you can get a hold of the wonderful worldwide educators, the new presentation.
Thank you, Tim, and thank you, Lila. There's some news for those who haven't heard. Dwayne Lee Hefner is running for president of the Earth, and this is a managerial position. It's not what you think it is. It's more real, and it's just what it sounds like. He's managing. He's a manager, basically. He's coordinating things. He's not applying restrictions or rules or guidelines. It's not about that. That's what we've been used to with what the government's doing. This is a whole new position, and if you can find out more about what he's doing on Facebook, if you just type in Dwayne Lee Hefner, Heppner, president, and you should get some of the groups he's made. Just type that in the search bar in Facebook. He's made at least 7 or 8 groups on different things like the Constitution, what a real president is, etc. And you'll find it quite interesting, because it's not like, it's an honorable position, not like what we see today and in the past with the presidents. It's very honorable and sincere, and this is what he's doing to, again, promote what we're doing as part of the marketing and promotion of just helping people wake up. And we're looking for agreement, you could say, too. So everybody gets a chance. Everything for everybody. Thanks again.
Oh, that's absolutely fabulous. Oh, that's so exciting. How wonderful. Yes. And with that, we're going to close tonight, and with happy dreams for everyone. And thank you, Tim, and thank you, Dean Val. It's been wonderful. Until next time, let's do the new you, and we'll close until next time. New you. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Happy dreams.
Okay.